Islington Wharf is a residential development here in Manchester city centre, being delivered by Waterside Places, a joint venture between Muse Developments and the Canal and Rivers Trust. Sindall is well underway on the fourth and final phase of the jigsaw, and this building behind me has been bought by Latimer, the development arm of Clarion Housing Association, which means that 54 of these apartments, and there's 106 of them, are designated for shared ownership. I'm Dan Whelan, Senior Reporter for Place Northwest, and today I will be speaking to Muse Developments and Sindall about what goes into creating a project like this. So why is it that we're here today, Tom?
So we're here today to welcome all our partners, so Manchester City Council as well as Latimer and Clarion, working in partnership with Sindall to have the topping out of Islington Wharf Phase 4.
Tell us a little bit about this project's impact on the wider regeneration of the Ancoats area.
This regeneration scheme brought forward a brownfield site, underutilised, in partnership with Manchester City Council, also more recently with Latimer and Clarion, and really has transformed the area, its perceptions, to an area that was once a complete no-go area to one where people really want to hang out, really want to be, and a place that people absolutely want to live.
A lot is made of the provision of affordable housing in the city centre. It's great to see some coming forward here, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, and 50% is no small amount of affordable, and that shared ownership product is really going to be a great asset to the scheme, and also kind of really bring in local people into the scheme and make it a place that they want to live and want to be.
Yeah, this is a growing area of the city, isn't it? We've got the vacant central retail park, and we've got another big office development going on here. This is really growing, isn't it, as an area?
Absolutely, and we kicked it all off here in Islington Wharf. It was one of the first schemes to come forward when this area is very much derelict, wasteland, brownfield site, and working in partnership with the City Council and more recently with Latimer, we brought forward just under 500 new homes and really transformed the area and be that catalyst for other regeneration schemes to come forward.
And you mentioned about the partnership approach, so many partners involved in this project. How important is that collaboration, especially at a time of such volatility in construction and in property in general?
Partnership is huge, and it's absolutely essential, the collaboration of this project, and indeed we wouldn't be standing here without the sort of successes of partnership and working very closely with the City Council as well as with Latimer and with Sainsbury's, and of course with Sindall as a contractor. That's enabled us to get on site and deliver these homes, as well as the Sainsbury's store at ground floor. It's been down to partnership, working through problems together, dealing with them, being very honest and having very difficult conversations at times, but with the end goal that you want to deliver new homes and bring that commercial space at ground floor as well and activate the street and make a difference really for the long-term future of the place.
It's a monumentous occasion to sort of reach the highest part of the structure on any scheme. And it's great that we've got our client and stakeholders down here today. Real buzz about the place with everybody that's on site, obviously reaching that milestone. So yeah, it's a really good feeling. It's going really well. Obviously, it's the last phase of the Islington Wharf master plan, which obviously means that it's an extremely tight site that brings its challenges, but certainly one that the project team, consultant team, and client team have certainly worked together. And shows testament really to the mature relationship that we all have towards dealing with some of the issues that come about during the construction stage.
Absolutely, and one of the big things for contractors these days is demonstrating and generating social value, isn't it? How are you doing that on this site?
Well, social value, it's one of the cornerstones in Sindall, and I think it's one of our USPs out there of how we deal with it, and certainly what we deliver both during construction, after construction, and leaving a lasting legacy. We have lots of relationships with lots of training providers. East Manchester Academy, we have a sort of training agreement where we provide mentorships with. We have Plan B apprentices that we've got a couple here today.
What is a Plan B apprentice? Tell us a bit more about that programme.
Plan B is something that there's a number of stakeholders with us as a contractor. There's another contractor, Manchester City Council, some architectural practices, consultants, and collectively there's 15 apprentices that come on. And a part of that cohort, they rotate around the different stakeholders that were in it. So to use Felix as an example, he's with us for 4 months, and what we've chose to do within that 4 months is we're going to rotate Felix around. He's going to do some construction management, some commercial, design management, planning. Then obviously he'll possibly go and work for an architect's practice. But what this will enable him to do in the whole built environment is decide what route he wants to go down. So instead of maybe students selecting when they're 16, they're 18 or they're 21, right, I want to be a quantity surveyor, I want to be an architect, I want to be a reporter, you never know. It gives them that flavour so they can dip into all of the disciplines and make a more informed choice at the end of it.
Okay, and you have another apprentice with you, or someone who's on a year out at the moment?
We do.
Sarah.
We have Sarah, who's doing a year out placement with us. And during that year out placement, we do a very similar thing to the Plan B apprenticeship, whereas Sarah rotates around each of the different disciplines within Morgan Sindall. So currently Sarah's in pre-construction, that she's doing 2 or 3 months with. Following that, she'll be operational, she'll be commercial, design management. And again, although she's doing a construction management degree, it will give the opportunity when she comes out of that she could possibly select a route that she wants to go down: design management, planning, site management, which is great. And I suppose just a few statistics down here at Islington Wharf. We've got 100 local people, Manchester-based people, that are working on the scheme, which is fantastic. We've got 15 actual live apprentices working on the scheme at the moment. And we use a thing called Local Multiplier, LM3, that demonstrates what your expenditure on social value, what your return on investment is, essentially, as you go through. And it relates to each pound of construction spend. And we're currently at 1.9, which means there's £1.90 for every pound of construction spend that we're investing back into the local community. So it's a really good feeling, and the project team are doing great.